Yeah, good afternoon, friends, and thanks, Amit, for giving Crystal an opportunity to present on this platform and tell your esteemed members about benefits of SME rating and explain, how we can explain during this presentation about performance and credit rating for MSMEs. As you rightly said in the introduction, that MSMEs are a very strong backbone of economy. It's about 30 plus percentage contribution to GDP, and obviously is struggling to get institutional finance or getting credit at the right time, at the right right pricing, and at the opportune time when they want. So that's a big struggle which SMEs across the length and breadth of this country faces. So one way to for financial inclusion and make funding easy, or at least at acceptable terms made available to these MSMEs, this performance and credit rating scheme was launched. This specific scheme is run under the aegis of Ministry of MSME by and promoted by NSIC, which is National Small Industries Corporation. So once we come, how NSIC and MSME support the scheme, I will cover during the presentation. So just to give a starting brief, what is credit rating, what do we entail, what is CRISIL's role in rating an individual entity. So we'll cover, we'll try and cover most of these points during the presentation. So in my first slide, we are starting with the basic, that what is the credit rating. So credit rating is an opinion on the ability and willingness of the company to repay its debts in time. That's what is basically a credit rating is meant for. So it has three elements to it. Firstly, it's an opinion, it's no guarantee. Secondly, it's a statement on the ability and willingness of a particular entity to repay its debt, which the entity has taken to repay those debts in time. So yeah, moving forward, so that is basically in just what a credit rating is. So once we understand what a credit rating is, which we explained in the earlier slide, now let's come to definition. So under SME, by the new MSME Act, now it covers both manufacturing as well as the service sector. So it's not only limited to manufacturing. So now under the definition of SME, both manufacturing and service sector gets covered. Now how does, within MSME, how does definition is different for a micro, small and medium enterprises? I will just tell you. In manufacturing, the micro enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery does not exceed 25 lakh rupees by an entity is called a micro. Under small, where the investment doesn't exceed 5 crores is a small enterprise, and where the investment in plant and machinery exceeds 5 crores is a medium enterprise. Similarly, the definitions for service sector is where the investments doesn't exceed, in equipments, 10 lakh is a micro enterprise. When it doesn't exceed 2 crores, it's a small enterprise, and when the investment in equipments by a service entity exceeds 2 crores is a medium enterprise. This is as per the definition in the MSME Act. Now coming more specifically to what are the benefits of rating to customers. When an entity comes to us and get itself rated, what are the benefits it derives from this rating? Firstly and most importantly, which is of ultimate need or requirement by an MSME, is access to adequate credit in timely manner at competitive cost. So there are three critical points in this: is adequate credit in timely manner and at competitive cost. So if any of the three elements are not there in getting the finance, I think it doesn't serve the purpose. Either the cost is too high, or you don't get it on the timely manner, or you don't get the amount which is required. So any of these three things are missing. I think that debt doesn't serve its purpose. So how does the customer benefit by getting this report? Is owing to precise opinion on credit risk through rating. So this rating report gives a precise opinion on the credit risk of this entity. it helps the entity, the customer, the enterprise, the company to better showcase of their capabilities. Proper documentation is there, so detailed rating report can be generated, which can be presented to the lender, and thus it will have more trust of the lender, and so the credit facility can be made available to that entity. So since it is an independent third party and it's an unbiased evaluation, so there are two important points here. It's a third party opinion, so therefore the credibility is much higher. It is not that that entity is itself telling the strength and weakness of the enterprise, or it is not done by a CA which is hired by that entity. So it's an independent third party opinion and it is unbiased evaluation. So CRISIL doesn't have any kind of bias or any kind of stake in that particular entity. So it's an unbiased opinion and evaluation of that entity. Thirdly, an important point is it helps in benchmarking and comparison vis-a-vis other SMEs operating in the same similar space. So if this entity is better performing, it will show up in their rating report, and that can be adequately used by those customers in terms of when they negotiate terms, payment terms or finance from their lender. So it's a benchmarking and a comparison vis-a-vis other SMEs. And it definitely enhances credibility. Since I have said that it's an independent third party and unbiased opinion, it definitely helps in giving credibility to this enterprise for its lenders, suppliers, customers, vendors, employee, and any other stakeholder which are there with this entity. So it's a very good credibility enhancer for the entity. So these are basically some of the key critical benefits which the customers have. Now coming to the other aspect, other stakeholder in this rating exercise, maybe a bank. So now what are the benefits to a bank? Firstly and most importantly, it's a risk assessment exercise when they're going to lend to a particular entity. So how does a bank benefits? I will list down certain points. Firstly, the due diligence and detailed rating report. It helps credit officers in preparing internal credit proposals and taking funding decisions. So when a independent third party and biased opinion is available in form of a rating report to an internal credit guy of a bank, it helps them to prepare a report which is of much better quality, and it helps in taking more judicious decisioning on funding. Secondly, it's used in greenfield projects. If a company is setting up a new project, then it helps in taking better calls and faster processing of these greenfield projects. It also helps in renewal and enhancement of credit limits. So when these entities come to banks or their financial institutions for renewals or enhancements, so that time also these banks use these due diligence reports and rating reports to renew and enhance credit limits. Second is better risk assessment and differentiation among MSMEs. Now once a MSME approaches a lender, it is very difficult for a banker to distinguish between different kind of MSMEs and how to do a risk assessment of these enterprises. So this rating framework is exclusively devised only for MSMEs. So we have kept mid corporates, large corporates, entities out of the purview of this rating exercise. So this rating scale is only made keeping in mind MSME sector. So it's only for MSME sector which this rating scale is meant for. It's an objective and unbiased opinion on risk. I have told you, how it is advantageous to customers. Similarly, banks also view it is a good third party, unbiased opinion on the risk which they want to take on that particular enterprise. All banks have an internal rating mechanism, internal risk assessment tools, but I think it is over and above that. It's an additional level of check besides their internal rating. So that's a big advantage to the banks. Thirdly, they can monitor and assess their quality of credit portfolio. The quality of banks' MSME credit portfolio could be mapped regularly through rating. So they can see that how the ratings were given to particular entity, in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year down the line, how these rated entities and clients have performed on their debt obligations. So it is a very good tool for these banks to keep a check on the quality of credit portfolio, and also link up that once these rated entities were only given funding, how have these entities performed, whether it is worse off, better off, or same as non-rated entities. Fourthly, and most importantly for all banks, it helps in improving the quality of assets. Every bank today is looking to improve the quality of their assets, get their NPAs in control. That is the biggest criteria which all banks have. So all banks want to have a healthy portfolio on their books. So it's a very big advantage to banks to improve the quality of assets that they carry on their balance sheets by giving loans to rated entities. So it also minimizes risk, gets a third party opinion, and also improves the quality of assets which they carry on the balance sheet. Now these were general advantages which I told you for the enterprise and from a bank perspective. Now coming more so on CRISIL, how we stand up for this rating business, or how we are organized and how deeply we are penetrated in this business. So this slide will give you a brief on how well and how strong and how strong the CRISIL is in this segment. So this rating was launched in year 2005. And as I told you earlier, this was an affordable and a tailor-made product specifically for requirement of micro, small and medium enterprises. So as a company CRISIL, we are the market leader, we are the pioneers in this segment. We are there from the starting and inception of this program when the government of India wanted to start a rating process or a performance and credit rating scheme. We were the pioneers to launch this program. It was done as early as 2005. Till date, we have covered more than 90,000 ratings, which is by far highest in the country, and also makes us the biggest SME rating agency in the world. Now, what does CRISIL as product offering has in this space? So we have a NSIC CRISIL performance and credit rating product, which is run basis subsidy provided one time in a life time opportunity for entity to get themselves rated and get avail subsidy of 75% on the rating fees. So this NSIC product is subsidized by government, where 75% of the rating fees is paid by us by Government of India through NSIC. Second, we have a standalone CRISIL SME ratings product. This product is generally used in cases where person doesn't have a Udyog Aadhaar or earlier time SME registration, and also certain entities which are already rated and do not no longer have advantage of that subsidy scheme. Yeah, or who fall in that medium category. So, and third party assessments we also do. So a lot of banks approach us where we have MOUs with them to undertake due diligence exercises for their customers. So as CRISIL, in addition to a rating report, we also give a due diligence report to banks. We also do dealer and supplier assessments of large corporates, and that also forms part of the SME rating business. On the right side of the screen, you can see, as I told you, we were the pioneers and are the market leaders in the space, and we started this business in year 2005. Where we did only close to 80 ratings, and you can see how the graph has grown over the period of time, and how well the scheme has been accepted and lapped up by customers throughout India. So in one of the best years in 2014, we did close to 14,000 ratings in a year. So currently also we are doing about 1,700 to 1,800 ratings a month as we speak in 2016. So this is just to show you how it has grown and how acceptability of this product has improved in the market, and lot many customers have approached us to get themselves rated. Now given CRISIL, people would be based out of so many locations, so we need to have a long and strong coverage across pan country. So to solicit these rating mandates from clients. To source this business, we have close to 400 plus strong business development team. On the analytical side, we are 80 plus strong analytical team, which works on these mandates. Use all the CRISIL's analytical superior knowledge which we have. Then in terms of geographical distribution, so we are not just based out of top cities of this country, but we cover close to 110 cities and towns across the country. And more interestingly, 70% of the rated MSMEs are in non-metros. It's a very balanced representation, so we cover a lot of diversified industry in this rating exercise. So more than 150 sub-industries are covered. 92% of entities have turnover of less than 50 crores. So in true sense, these entities are in the MSME segment. So they are not into medium or large corporate, which I told you, and this rating scale is also more specifically for MSMEs. So 92% of the entities which we have rated are below the turnover of 50 crores. There is obviously a fair representation of non-corporates, as I told you, as 60% of the rated entities till date are in the category of partnerships and proprietorships. So in terms of how does it help end consumers and clients and customers to get timely and adequate credit at competitive cost, is we have tie-ups and MOUs with close to 40 lenders across India. So there are 40 banks, financial institutions / NBFCs where they have signed up MOUs with CRISIL to accept these ratings and give weightage to these ratings while undertaking a lending exercise or lending assessment for a client. So this slide gives us basically how a SME rating scale is. So SME rating scale is from CRISIL MSE 1 to CRISIL MSE 8. So basically this rating exercise is undertaken on two parameters. One is the financial strength and second is the operating performance. So a highest rated client is MSE 1 and the lowest is MSE 8. So definitions are mentioned there. So typically a MSE 1, the definition is highest credit worthiness in relation to other MSMEs. Similarly, MSE 2 is high credit worthiness. Similarly, it keeps going down to good, above average, average, below average. 7 is weak and 8 is poor credit worthiness in relation to other MSMEs. So this is, you are being compared to your peers, to your groups. So these ratings, that's why have become more and more important and consumable to the end customer because they are in relationship to other MSMEs. And I told you the two scales which we work on is on the financial strength, where entity is rated from highest going lowest to poor, and operating performance where obviously the highest it goes from highest to poor. So it's a 5-point rating scale, while on financial it is an 8-point rating scale. So we have given an illustration that the rating will be indicated as follows. The company name may be say ABC Limited. It is a CRISIL MSE 1 rated client. So what does it mean? It means financial strength is highest and operating performance is high. So this is the rating scale and rating definitions which we use, and they're all approved by NSIC and are accepted by various banks and financial institutions. As I told you, second product which we offer is CRISIL SME rating scale, where the earlier in the NSIC scheme the scale is MSE 1 to MSE 8. In SME we use the rating scale as SME 1 to SME 8, where SME 1 the definition is highest and SME 8 is the lowest, where it means it's the default. No, we have spoken about rating, we have spoken about CRISIL and how CRISIL is very active, is the market leader in this space. We have told we have a far and wide geographical reach. We have a strong BD team. We have a strong analytical team which has a lot of experience about rating 90,000 entities. So you can imagine the kind of database we will have and the kind of analytical rigor which gets into this rating exercise. So this is just a rating framework just to tell you what are the different things which we understand in making a rating framework. As I told you earlier, this rating framework is more specifically only for MSMEs. And it's a 360-degree analysis through feedback from customers, suppliers, and bankers. So when we rate an entity, we try and take a 360-degree view on that enterprise by taking feedback from their customers, their suppliers, and more importantly, their bankers. So this framework shows you that we understand the industry risk, we understand the market position, we understand the operating efficiency, which goes to make the business risk. And within business risk, there are two other elements which get accounted for is obviously the management team that that enterprise has and the financial risk. So this slide just shows you we undertake all these aspects when we are rating entity, and our final credit rating report undertake all these things when the rating is released. Now, just to give a brief, when we do a rating exercise, what all does it involve? So in terms of business analysis, we see how many years the enterprise has been into business, what are the kinds of concentration risk that business has. It has no diversification, it is very deeply dependent on one or two customers. So what is the concentration risk by way of product offering or in terms of customer concentration? What kind of concentration risk does the business has? What are the profile of the customers? What are the kind of customer profile that the business has? Business certainty is how stable the business is, how stable the line of business is. Is it just has been in existence for a few number of years? How long it has been into business? How stable is the business environment for that entity? How deeply they are involved with the customer relationship? What is the length of customer relationship they have? What do customers have to say about these entities? So customer feedback is very important. The people who avail services from these entities, what do they have to say about this particular enterprise? The nature of technology and production facility which this entity uses, the quality of utilities and infrastructure which they have, raw material availability, price volatility. This is all, we have a research department, CRISIL has a very deep analytical strength to comment upon the price volatilities or the raw material availability is easy, difficult. So we get view of different industries, so that all gets inputted in the analytical exercise when a particular entity is rated. So we also take supplier feedback, quality certificates and all. So suppliers to these entities, we also take their feedback while giving a rating report. Then second very important component is how does the management of this enterprise look like? What has been the promoter's track record? What is his profile? What is his qualification? What is the constitution of the company? Is it a proprietorship, partnership, private limited? What is the constitution of this company? In terms of constitution, what is the second tier management? Is it slightly professionally run? Is it totally proprietorship where only one man is running the show? Obviously the risk is much higher there. So what kind of second tier management does the enterprise have? How professionally qualified people do they employ to run their businesses? What are the quality of system and controls that they use? How hygienically they conduct their business? What are the quality of controls which they use while running their business? What are different kind of transparencies and disclosures that this entity makes? So it gives you to give you a very good profile about the management. How does it look like for this enterprise? Thirdly, a very important aspect is once you know the management, you are aware about the business which I told you, the seasonality, the raw materials, availability, price volatility, length of year in business. Once we have taken care of business, we have taken understanding of the management. The third very important aspect is financial analysis of this entity. So what is the kind of sales they have, sales growth they have from previous years? Is the sales growing, declining, flat? How are the gross profit margins they have? And these all are compared to their peer group of other MSMEs. So all this is also compared, and then the rating, then all this information flows to the rating team, analytical team, and then it is put in a framework to throw a result. So it undertakes what are the profit margins this entity has, interest coverage, how many times it is there, current ratios, return on capital employed, whether it is worse off, it is better off, or it is at par with the MSME industry. Debt to equity ratio, the company should not be very highly leveraged. If it is leveraged, then its profitability is able to cover the interest cost, so that gets covered in interest cover ratios. Promoters net worth, we take at promoter level, what are the kind of net worth, what are the kind of financial risk which this enterprise can take. We definitely take feedback from bankers, so give us a brief on how the entity is performing on its banking facilities. Are there many check bounces? Are they able to repay their interest and debt on time? So we get feedback from bankers which get incorporated in this rating report. So how does an SME rating report content look like? So a person would like to know, once you receive this report, you would like to know what are the key rating drivers. You will definitely like to know what are the strengths of your entity, what are the weakness of your entity. We comment upon the business profile. So business and facility description, it tells about how your business is, what kind of the factory you have, how many people you employ, what are the kind of machineries you have, what are kind of investments you have done in this, what are the product which you have offered, is it diversified, it is concentrated, what are the customer profiles you have, are these customers few and few, far and big, or they are small, marginalized, regional. So all those, once we have customer profile, we typically see during the past years what has been the kind of demand supply for the products which you offer. So, is your sales growing? Is your profit margin improving? On supply side, how are your suppliers? Are they do on time delivery? How do you have your relationship with your suppliers? What are the strengths of your suppliers? So all that gets covered in a rating report. Then we also do a site visit where we click photographs, understand, see or visit your facility. One of our representatives visits your facility. So there's a physical check done that this entity exists. Obviously, as I told you, since CRISIL is a market leader in the rating space, in research space, in analytical space, so we have got industry outlooks. So are you part of our auto ancillary? You are into leather exports, you are into handicrafts, you are into textile manufacturing. So I told you we are into our spread is across 150 sub-industries. So you are into hand tool manufacturing, so whatever. So we'll be able to give an industry outlook on whichever industry you belong to. Then obviously ownership and management, as I told you, what are the key promoters, what are their management profile, what are their qualifications, how does the organization structure look like, is there a second rung management, is there professionals who are also working. We comment upon the control and system which the company has. As I told you, ownership pattern, whether it's a proprietorship, partnership, if this entity is part of a larger group, how does the group performance look like? Is a group strong performing group where this entity also falls as part of. Financial profile, I told you what all financial parameters gets covered. Banking facility gets monitored also. So entire financial profile also be as part of this rating report. Now this is an interesting slide. Now people will say, what are the advantage which I have had, when I got this rating. So this slide is specifically for people. There are about 25 to 30% people who come back to us in year after year to get themselves rated again. So it is not that only in the first year or once in a lifetime where government gives them a subsidy of 75% of the rating fees, they come for rating. When they get themselves rated, they realize the value of this rating. They go through the reports, they understand what are the good points, what do they need to work on. Then about 25 to 30% of these rated clients come back to us year after year to get themselves rated again. Now what does goes on to show? This goes on to show that people who have a tenacity to come back to us to get themselves rated again, that means they are very serious about their business. They want to grow this business year on year, and they are among the better performing MSMEs. So what has that data shows? So as part of MSMEs who have come back to us for re-rating, we have shown that their sales have grown with a compounded annual growth rate of 12%. And their profit before tax has grown about at compounded annual growth rate of 11%. That means entities which have come back to us for rating would have definitely worked on certain aspects of which were highlighted in the rating reports in earlier years, and that's why when they come back, they have shown growth in terms of both sales and profit. So that's how it helps these entities. Despite economic slowdown in certain sectors, rated MSMEs we found out were the net employers. So there was an increment in terms of the jobs which these entities were able to provide. That means that goes on to show that their business was growing, their sales would have been growing, they would be making more money. That's why they were net job creators. So if X entities were there and say Y entities came back to us, out of that X come back to us again year after year on rating. So we have seen that they were net job creators. So about 29,000 plus jobs were created between financial year 2013 and 15 of the re-rated clients. So that means your jobs will only increase in these entities if the business is on a growth path. So this was the impact of SME ratings. Now I come to some of these exporters. Exports grew despite challenging global economic environment for these re-rated clients. So nearly 12% of the MSME analyzed were exporters. These enterprises which went for re-rating witnessed significant growth in business. So in 2013-14 to 2014-15, you can see the growth in the average exports per enterprise, how it has grown. So definitely, the exporters which are 12% part of these rated MSMEs, whoever came back to us for re-rating, showed a definitely much higher increase in turnover. Now this is a very important next 1 or 2 slides, because it goes on to show that we have live MOUs. CRISIL has MOUs with over 40 banks and financial institutions across country, which encourage their customers to go ahead and get themselves SME ratings done. So it is not limited to only say 5 or 8 or 10 banks. You have large public sector banks like Andhra Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Corporation Bank. In private sector we have HDFC, ICICI, IDBI, Yes Bank. As I told you, in public sector we have United Bank, Union Bank, Bank of Baroda, which I told you. We have also have some cooperative banks like Saraswat Cooperative Bank, Pune People Cooperative Bank. We have certain SBI subsidiaries like State Bank of Mysore, Travancore, State Bank of Bikaner, Jaipur. So we have across wide sectors. So it is not limited to private banks. It is not limited to public sector bank or cooperative bank. So we have representation from all kind of lenders and banking entities which have signed MOUs. So they would have seen certain benefits of these rating. That's why they have come ahead and signed those MOUs with us. Now, more interestingly, it's just not limited to signing those MOUs. Some of these very large banks have come ahead and told and agreed to give interest rate concessions to entities which are among the top rated by CRISIL. So you can see we have about the 35 to 38, I think listing is given here. You can see that who have agreed to give interest rate concessions to CRISIL rated MSME clients which are in the top category, which is part of their MOU signing. This also is not limited to a particular flavor or particular segment of banking. So you can see some of these names. We have Andhra Bank, we have Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Corporation Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Karnataka Bank, UCO, United Bank of India, Union Bank of India, State Bank of Hyderabad, Mysore. So that's why I'm saying there is a vast array of financial institutions and banks who have agreed to give interest rate concessions to top rated clients. So that's why the banks are also encouraging clients to get themselves rated where they're willing to give interest rate concession. It also includes certain of the private banks like IDBI and Yes. So a lot of these ratings are also used. Some of the testimonials are visually shown here. Some of these vendors, how they use. You can see, people are using this on their hoarding. people are using on their visiting card, people use them on their letterheads, people use them on their websites, people use them to actively display in their establishments, in their shops, in their factories, in their service units. So this is not limited to just for consumption of themselves and to be shared with their bankers, but this tool is actively used as a testimonial to this enterprise of getting a third-party opinion from the most trusted and reputed brand like CRISIL, and then they exhibit it in various forms, as I told you, as letterheads, as their hoardings, as their promotion materials, brochures, visiting cards and extra. So what does it do? So since it is rated by CRISIL, SME rating position firm as trusted and credible business enterprise. So it gives credibility and trust building happens for that enterprise, because since it is rated by a brand like CRISIL. So it enhances confidence of potential customers, suppliers, bankers. You all understand that, so it is so important that your suppliers and your customers, your potential employers, your bankers to have confidence in your enterprise. It helps in differentiating these MSMEs from their peers. So if an entity is rated, if you actively come to know that this is a CRISIL rated entity versus vis-a-vis a non-rated entity, people tend to go towards the rated entity. As I told you, it's being used in different forms of promotion and marketing. External recognition improves credibility and helps in marketing, which I told you, so it's a repeat point. So it's a very good credibility and trust building tool also, other than banking and financial facilities access. Now coming to the fee structure. So if, as I told you, this scheme is run by MSME Ministry, governed by, the scheme is governed by NSIC, and the rating fees is mentioned here. So the normal fees up to a turnover of 50 lakhs, the rating fees which CRISIL charges is about 31,000. When it is 50 lakhs to 200 lakhs, that is up to 2 crores, we charge normal fees of 45,000. And it is the turnover is above 2 crores, we charge a fee of 60,000 rupees. But since government has come and wants to promote this rating by these MSMEs for better financial inclusion and advantage of this MSMEs, they give 75% subsidy, where 75% of the rating fees is paid by government through NSIC to us, and the client only needs to pay about 25% of the fees. So if you see below, the concession rates are given. So if enterprise is up to 50 lakh turnover, it needs to pay us about 9,900. If it is in the turnover category of 50 to 200, 13,000. And if it is above 2 crores, then 17,000. Where it would have had to pay 60,000, it has to pay only 17,000. And it's a only first year, once in a lifetime subsidy which is given by government. So if you see, we have another product which is called SME ratings, where entities do not have MSME registrations or UAM, so or they have been already rated and they want to get themselves re-rated. So the fees is mentioned, up to turnover of 10 crores, we charge rating fee of 60,000. Certain concessions are given on fees where we have signed MOUs with partner banks. So there the fees is about 34,500. So it mentions the different slabs up to turnover. So it starts from 60,000, goes up to 1,10,000, where the turnover exceeds 75 crores if a client wants an SME report for the business. And there are discounts which we give is mentioned below. So about 35,000 is up to 10 crores and goes up to 1,03,000. So these are entities where the people cannot avail the government subsidy. These are the fee structure which we have. So that's it. I think I've been able to cover more or less all the points. Since it's a very vast topic, we have been able to touch and give you flavor of benefits, advantages, fee structures, CRISIL as a brand, how deeply we are engaged with MSMEs across India. We are the pioneer. We have done the largest number of ratings in this country. We have that gives a lot of strength to our analytical team. So the quality of reports which we are able to give is of much higher quality. It's of much greater advantage to the client. So we encourage clients, and it's a scheme which is aptly supported by government in form of subsidy. So we want more and more MSMEs to come forward, use the scheme. I have shown you from 2005 how this business has grown from 80 ratings in 2005 to about 14,000 ratings and now about 1,800 to 2,000 ratings a month in 2016. It's a great journey. So thanks a lot once again to CII team for giving opportunity to CRISIL to present themselves on this forum. Any Q&A, I don't know the format how it is there. So if any Q&A is there, I'm happy to answer. So that's about it from my side.